Hey, how's it going guys? It's your boy, and today's video is, well, as you can probably tell, it's about Theresa May's resignation, and I'm going to try and keep it as short and sweet as possible because that's really all she deserves for a short and, well, not so sweet Prime Ministership. Firstly, I'm not one of those that were moved to sympathy by her tears in her resignation speech. I don't think any amount of emotion can really make up for the disaster that was her policies, and the disaster ultimately that made up her reign. You see, it's all well and good to show off your progressive and feminist credentials, Mrs. May, when matters for the working man and woman are actually no better off, if not worse, than only a couple of years before, when most people are probably less likely to be in full-time hours work, 40 hours a week, which is the maximum in this country. They're most likely rather going to be in 0-hour contracts with no way of knowing if they're actually going to be in work the next week. Not only that, you can claim that the economy has been trucking along nicely and that nothing has been done to it to make it worse. In fact, things have gotten better. Yeah, it looks really good when most of the jobs created are actually part-time jobs and actually you're just papering over the cracks of a weak economy. And the fact that you didn't interfere in it when you could have is really not something to be proud about. Honestly, it actually has done well despite you. Moreover, Brexit. Well, what can we say about Brexit other than what a complete and utter waste of time it was to elect you as our Prime Minister, hoping that you would deliver it. And you can go on and on and on about how you claim that you wanted to make Brexit happen, but something somewhere just failed and you just couldn't do it and you regret it. No, you do not regret it, Mrs. May. You do not regret a single thing. You are a die-hard Remainer. You were just quiet about it. You didn't want it. You started from a position of strength to, what is this position? Rock bottom. All you had to do was to leave, or threaten to leave with no deal, get the EU doing whatever it was that you wanted them to do to get the best deal for us. No. Instead, you went straight up to the people at the EU, right up to Juncker, right up to Barnier, and said, what do you want? Not rather what we want, what you want. As Varoufakis said on Question Time, that's not negotiations, that's not even a good deal, that's a surrender. See, you weren't just lucky that you won one election and also got a hung parliament in another because, well, Jeremy Corbyn is your leader of opposition. You're very lucky to even be in the position you're in because the powers that be in the Tory party did not want to take a risk with somebody a little bit more radical than you. You were lucky that the Labour Party is the most extreme, most unelectable it's ever been, and whilst you yourselves, and you in particular, are very unelectable, you're still far more electable to the British people than Comrade Corbyn. Again, that is not an achievement, that is simply in spite of you. I mean, I wish I could go on and on and on about you, but honestly, no amount of tears, no amount of emotion, no amount of ifs and buts and regrets will ever make me think otherwise, that you've been one of the worst Prime Ministers I've ever seen. And, you know, being young, there's not many that I've been through, let alone can I remember many. I was born during John Major's reign. I was brought up during Tony Blair and Gordon Brown's runs. I was brought up during the coalition years. And finally, David Cameron and you. And you're still one of the worst. Some people can say Callaghan, some people can say Eden and others. But the fact remains, you are one of the worst, and the records that you have broken show that. You are one of the least. You are one of the Prime Ministers with the shortest reign. Let that sink in, May. You've achieved nothing. What have you achieved? I can't think of anything. Maybe you've achieved some failures, but is that really achievements? I don't know, honestly. You really are the definition of a diversity hire. I mean, honestly, why else would you have even had the career you've had if the Tory party weren't trying to look a bit more progressive and trying to gain another, I don't know, Thatcher, when really they should have been promoting their best, and they haven't. And not only that, Britain's become a far more authoritarian, more censorious place as a result of you. The porn laws, the snooping laws. I could go on and on and on about how bad this country has fallen to where it was not even 15 years ago. Free speech has never been further curbed because you're far more interested in ruining Brexit and looking progressive than actually being a good leader. So I'm glad that you've finally decided to retire, to resign. It should have been months ago. It should have been really after the last election where you failed because you couldn't even get into Parliament without the help of the DUP. You should have gone ages ago, May. But hey, you know what? Better late than never. Let's see what happens in the future, guys, because we all know she's going to get a cushy, nice little business job and will not have to face the consequences of her bad actions. But at the very least, we can be knowledgeable that she failed, and there was some, at least admittedly, good laughs while we're at it. So I guess really that's the end of the video. Bye, Theresa.